All right, hey there guys, hello, good morning. So I wanted to show you the beginnings of my next project. So this is my office space. If you're interested in what the room looks like, I'll leave a link here in the cards for you to go check out my last sort of like office refresh. You can get a sense of the entire space. But I have plans for this room that include taking these doors off. This is just a basic builder grade closet. It is not huge. I haven't created the exact dimensions I want yet, but it is 24 deep by 70 inches wide. So it's 24, so 2 feet deep by about 6 feet wide. So my plan, and I've already ordered one piece of it. I sold a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace to fund this project, which I feel very happy and thrifty about because plywood is so expensive, so I have to do stuff like that. But it was good because I was able to like clean out my garage. I'm really in a phase of like cleaning, minimizing, getting rid of stuff to make spaces more negative space and also more functional by really building in storage, which is like huge part of the reason why I did that built-in upstairs. So now I'm moving on to the closet. My closets are builder grade basic. This is gonna come out. I plan on moving it though, just repurposing it and moving it up one, so I have 2 rows of coats hanging space. We use this primarily for coats, and I put shoes and purses in here. But I think by moving this up, I'm gonna create a double layer, because what I wanna do is take these doors off, have this open, put a curtain above here. Like here, I wanna put a curtain high up, and then I want to customize the storage here. So I want to create a custom shoe rack on the bottom. I want to create a custom shoe tower up the center, and then just some cubby storage for either shoes or purses up top here, and then that extra hanging rack will still have room because this goes all the way up to the top of the ceiling in the closet. It goes up 8 feet. So this bar, I don't know if I'm making sense, but this bar will go across the top, just up closer to the top of the 8-foot ceilings. So essentially I'm doing like a built-in coffee bar. I'm having my electrical guy come. I do not mess with electrical. But there is no outlet in this closet, and there is one on the opposite wall, so he's gonna steal some electrical from the opposite wall and put an outlet in here so that I can put a beverage fridge in this breakfast coffee bar closet makeover situation. So I just wanted my office to feel more functional, so like if I don't want to go downstairs, I work out in here. I want to be able to put like cold waters and make a coffee down here in the morning, or have a glass of wine or whatever, and just have it feel custom and cool. And this closet could do that. I've seen so many people turn their closets into like super functional, cool office spaces or whatever, and so this is going to be my own. I've never seen this done before though. I've never seen a coffee bar closet install situation, so this is going to be new, and I hope you guys enjoy watching me work my way through this. I've never done a closet, but I think I'm at the point in my woodworking journey where I can definitely do this. Like I know how to make cabinetry now. I'm really just going to be building boxes and some cabinets. So very excited about that. First thing I'm going to do is have the electrical installed. And then once the fridge arrives, which is actually coming today on FedEx, I'm going to measure it and just start drawing up plans. So let's go. Starting off in the closet, I've gone ahead and removed the doors. And I am demoing the closet by using a hammer and basically like a miniature crowbar. They sell them in packs, just different sizes. I also use those to remove baseboard and trim and stuff like that when I'm demoing. So you really just tap, tap, tap. It wedges down behind the baseboard, behind the board. This was a piece of MDF. And you pull it out. When it came to building the closet, I had a lot of these pieces cut beforehand because I made a blueprint that was very bootleg and just kind of drew it up. But a lot of the exact cuts I had to make at home, and I did that using my track saw guide from Craig, which is amazing. It comes with this sled, and you can use it to make crosscuts on plywood boards. So if I had a track saw that hooked up to a vacuum, I wouldn't have to vacuum as I go, but I don't, so that's what I do in my garage. So I'm just making all the exact cuts for the smaller pieces like shelves and like the smaller side pieces and all of that. So now I'm making the base that the cabinet boxes will sit on. I'm just doing this out of 2x4s. I did have to make two separate bases that span the width of the closet, which you will see exactly what I'm talking about here in just a moment, because the longer shelf pieces that are going to have the coat hangers are more shallow, while the side with the mini fridge and the coffee bar and a little bit of like extra storage go pretty much the full depth of the closet. So I had to make them two different widths. The other reason I did two different widths is because you'll also see, I showed you earlier, but there's going to be a rack at the top of the closet for extra coat storage. So a bar basically that I can hang like more coats on. You won't be able to see it if you're looking at it from the ground floor, but it will be there. And in order to access it, the cabinets have to be more shallow. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. There are actually special screws that you can use. 2x4s can be pretty stubborn to drill into. There are special screws that you can use at the hardware store. Just ask for like 2x4 screws that make it easier to drill into them. Otherwise, drilling pilot holes is kind of essential when you're building a base like that out of 2x4s. So this is the closet. The baseboards were still in, so I had to take them out. But before I did that, I just wanted to dry fit the bases I made that the cabinets are going to screw into. Those will get screwed into the studs in the wall, and then the cabinets will go into the base. So I just used a knife cutter and cut the baseboards, the caulk line from the wall, and then went back in with my little mini crowbar and hammer and hammered them away from the wall so that everything could sit flush and tight to the wall. The baseboards are gone, and I am just putting in these, I guess, bases that I made, and they fit really nicely. There were a couple little like extra MDF pieces in the corner. You can kind of see it in the right hand corner there that I had to get rid of. But once I got rid of those, everything fit flush and tight to the wall. And the only other thing I had to do was locate the studs on the wall so that I could screw those bases into the wall. Next up, I am assembling the cabinet boxes. This is a pretty straightforward process. If you want an in-depth process on how to build a cabinet, you should go back and watch my built-in series, my living room built-in series, where I show you my first set of cabinets that I ever made. But essentially, you just measure the pieces, cut them, and assemble boxes using cabinet hole screws and stringers for supports. And you can mock up how things will fit together in programs like SketchUp, but I just freehand sketch my stuff. And then here I'm using a Kreg jig for shelf pins. This is going to allow me to move the shelves up and down. So really, I just make sure the shelves are the width and the depth that I want, and that way I can put shelf pins in those holes I'm drilling. This just ensures, the jig just ensures that they're evenly spaced, and I can move them up and down according to like whatever shoes I have on those shelves. This box I'm assembling here is actually a wardrobe box. So this is where like longer coats will go. There will be a closet bar at the top of this, and then shelves at the bottom for shoe racks. And as you can see here, a little more in depth, I'm adding stringers to the back for supports, and then that just ensures that everything stays square, and I have something to drill the cabinet into the wall with, into the studs in the wall. And then this is just a 1/4 inch piece of plywood. I'm closing up the boxes because I will be staining this, not painting it, and I wanted it all to be the same. So I made sure to buy all maple. Like, my plywood is maple, the 1/4 inch plywood is maple, and then for the framing, I mean the sort of edge banding essentially that I use later, it's actually poplar, but it's stained just as evenly and the same color as the maple. So I'm just hammering these in using a nail, a finishing nail, because my brad nailer was going straight through the wood, so this is how I had to do it. And this is just a quick look at the box built. Looks like a little boat I could get into and sail away. I made 2 of these, and I am just dry fitting them in the closet to make sure that everything is going to fit before I secure them to the wall with those horizontal strips into the studs. Now, I do have pipes on the other side of this, but luckily when my electrician put the outlet in, he was able to locate them for me so I could avoid them when I was installing these cabinets. Hello, good morning. So I've made a ton of progress. The boxes are all built. I've got everything in there dry fit. In that cubby there is going to be the fridge, the beverage fridge, which is this Honeywell fridge over here, which fits perfectly inside of this box. And yeah, this is basically how things are looking, and it's just a dry fit. I just have a couple tweaks I need to make before I can secure everything to the studs. I am going to make those tweaks, and I'm going to level the base, just the base, because these are going to get attached to the base. So once the base is leveled, everything is level, which is great. And my floors are pretty new, so they're level. This hopefully won't be too hard. So level the base, drill the base into the studs, then drill the then I'm going to stain the insides of the cabinet special walnut, wood condition and stain them, and then I will drill them into the studs. And then it'll just be framing, and honestly, after that, it'll pretty much be over. It'll just be like making the shelves that are movable and like installing the rods in here, and also a curtain. And also, I am going to add lighting back here. I had this and I never used it, so this is actually gonna go back here like that. And then I found some Zalige tile on Facebook Marketplace for $35, a whole box. So I'm gonna go pick those up tomorrow, and I'm gonna tile the top and back here. And then I'm going to use one 24 by 24 inch tile from Lowe's, and it's gonna be a countertop, and it's like a porcelain marble look. So, and there'll be minimal cuts because this opening is only 21 inches and the tile is 24. So yeah, guys, I'm really excited. This is gonna turn out beautifully. So, oh, and I have a little gallery rail coming that I ordered off of Etsy that'll be used to like hang cups and stuff. So it's gonna be really cool. Excited about it. So yeah. I didn't get to make an outro video, so I just wanted to pop on here and say thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to join me next week. I am working on framing, I'm working on tiling, installing the lighting that I showed you at the end of this video, and also staining. So a lot is going to come together next week. And so be sure to come back, and thanks for watching. Bye.